I'm gonna tell you guys a story. I don't know if this is how life works for everybody or just me, but many moons ago, I had a friend who used to sell weed back before I started in the game, and he had a really nice car. He had this is 98, I think he had a 95 540i BMW. This is how I got into BMWs. I remember going to Toys R Us with this guy. Like, we were kids, you know, I was like barely 18. He just give me like $100, like a cash, you know. He'd be like, hey, just buy some shit. I'd be like, all right, dope. We got like slot car racers and all kinds of weird shit, and just go to his house and fucking just dumb shit, just waste money, just, you know, have a good time. And every time I rode in that guy's car, I thought to myself, you know, I was like, you know, waiting tables at the time, you know, someday I'm gonna have a car like this. It's gonna make all the difference. Someday I'm gonna have a ballin' house. It's gonna make all the difference. I have all these things. It's gonna make all the difference. And come later on, you know, I remember buying my first 2008 550. It was 2006 550. It was 2008, so it was used, pre-owned, CPO. And man, I cannot tell you guys how excited I was to get that car. I mean, shivers, chills, everything, the whole 9 yards. I just get this car, and you know, I buy it cash at the time. I was growing weed and shit. And I sat in it, and I test drove it first and everything, and I sat in it and drove it home. Parked in the driveway. I had a really nice house in this cul-de-sac. I was living in Fresno at the time, and I was just like this, the weed dealer, or at that time it was the drug dealer on the block. And you know, the guy next door to me was a dentist. The guy next door to me, him was a doctor. And then, I mean, it was just this, you know, private club that I had finagled my way into. And I stood out there and I stared at this BMW and just stared at it. I was like, fucking, this thing just changed my life. Dreamed about this car. I've had 6 BMWs before, but I never had a 550. It's gorgeous. You know, you get out of your car. Everyone does. They get a new car with some Civic or an Altima or whatever. And you look back at it. You know, you look in the parking lot. You look back at it. You're like, damn, this motherfucker's hard as fuck. But eventually, like everything, the shine wears off. And it's just a car. Or it's just a relationship, or it's just some mundane shit, or it's just a job, or it's just a cubicle that you know, you $120,000 a year and you were super stoked on, and then 6 months later, it's like, what am I doing here? What is the point of all this? And you come to realize that these material things, they make you happy in the short term, but they don't change your life. I thought that car was gonna change my life. To all you 18-year-old kids out there, like, looking at, you know, some attainable thing, you know, it's not like a fucking Enzo Ferrari. I don't make, you know, even if it wasn't Enzo Ferrari to this day, now that I know, you know, how it works, how all of this works, it's just a view, you know, it's just a view in a nice house. It's just a view of downtown. It's just a view. It's just a really fast car. It's just something you always wanted, but there's a honeymoon phase, and that shit wears off. And at the end of the day, what do you have? You know, what do you have? A big hunk of metal that was made in Germany. It's a nice product, you know, but it doesn't change your life like you think it would. Time, you know, like personal freedoms, family, all of those things are life-changing. Those can't be bought. They can't be sold. So just, you know, think about that a little bit. You know, if you are going all in on something, whatever it is, you're just putting all your chips in and you think it's going to change your life. It's not going to change your life. It might get you laid in the short term, might get you this or that in the short term, but it's not going to fucking change your life. being smart up here, educating yourself, doing things to further yourself in whatever career you're doing, that's going to change your life. Even though it might be boring as fuck sitting in a cubicle. But if you can go out and branch out and start your own business or do whatever, get a little job security, you know, it's not going to change your life, but it's going to help you out. Food for thought.